There is a fire inside you, dear woman, a fire that does not flicker but roars. It is the same fire that has carried generations through storms, the same light that has turned shadows into strength. And today we gather not to whisper, but to awaken it. Life will try to shrink you, to tell you that you are too much or not enough, but you are a symphony. Every morning you must choose to rise, not just in body but in spirit, to demand more of yourself, not because you are lacking, but because you are limitless. You must improve, not for the world, but for the woman in the mirror, for the little girl who still believes in magic, for the elder you will become, whose wrinkles will tell stories of triumph. Improve, because stagnation is not your language, because you were born to evolve, like water, like the moon, like the roots of ancient trees breaking through concrete. This is not about perfection, it is about power. The power to stand when knees shake, to speak when voices tremble, to love when the heart is heavy, to wake each day and say, I am here and I am not done. So let us begin, not tomorrow, not someday, today, with every breath, with every step, with every unshaken yes and unafraid no. The world needs your voice, your light, your unrelenting grace. Now, go. Authentic voice, speak your truth loud and unshaken. There is a sound the universe has been waiting to hear since the beginning of time. Your voice. Not the polished version, not the people-pleasing version, not the version that fits neatly into boxes. Your real voice. The one that shakes with passion, cracks with emotion, and rings with truth so powerful it could move mountains. That voice, that's your superpower. And the world needs it now more than ever. Too many women have spent lifetimes swallowing their words. We bite our tongues in meetings, soften our opinions to avoid conflict, laugh when we want to scream. We've been taught that silence is graceful, that agreement is feminine, that rocking the boat is dangerous. But I'm here to tell you, your silence serves no one. Not the people who love you, not the causes you believe in, and certainly not your soul. Every time you mute yourself, you rob the world of wisdom only you can give. Finding your voice isn't about being the loudest in the room, it's about being the truest. It's about that moment when you stop saying, I'm fine, when you're not. When you stop nodding along to ideas that make your stomach twist. When you finally say no without rushing to explain. That moment, that's freedom. That's you remembering who you were before the world told you to be quiet. And make no mistake, there will be resistance. Some will call you too much, too emotional, too intense, too bold. Let them. The right people will hear your truth like a song they've been waiting to hear their whole lives. Your tribe isn't looking for another echo. They're waiting for your authentic note to complete the chorus. Your voice isn't just words, it's your art, your business decisions, the way you set boundaries, the love you demand, is in the way you refuse to shrink to make others comfortable. Every email sent without apologies, every idea pitched without disclaimers, every I deserve better stated clearly, that's your voice in action. Remember, your voice was given to you for a reason. That cause you care about, it needs your story. That younger woman watching you, she needs to see what courage looks like. That dream tugging at your heart, it's waiting for you to say yes out loud. Start small if you must. Share one honest opinion today. Write one vulnerable sentence. Sing off-key in the car with the windows down. But start. The world has enough echoes. It needs your original sound. Don't die with your music still inside you. Open your mouth and let the truth roar out like the force of nature it is. The revolution begins the moment you decide your voice matters. Speak now, not because you're ready, but because the world isn't. And that's exactly why it needs to hear from you. Your voice was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to heal, to lead, to change everything. So take a deep breath, straighten your spine, and let the words come. We're all listening. There is a lie the world tells women, a whisper wrapped in silence, a shadow that follows too many of us. It says, be smaller, be quieter, be less. It tells us to fold ourselves into corners, to soften our edges, to apologize for taking up space. But I am here to tell you, that lie is a thief, and today we take back what belongs to us. Self-worth is not a gift given by others. It is not stamped on your skin by approval or measured in likes and nods. No, it is the deep, unshakable knowing that you, yes, you, were born worthy. Not because of what you do, not because of who loves you, but simply because you are. You breathe, and that is enough. You exist, and that is sacred. But knowing is not enough. You must claim it every morning when you rise. You must look in the mirror and say, I belong here. Not as a question, not as a plea, as a declaration, as a battle cry. Because the world will test you. It will hand you doubt like a cup of poison and call it humility. It will dress fear in kindness and tell you to sip slowly. Do not drink it. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is not walking into a room thinking, I am perfect. No. It is walking in thinking, I am here, and that is enough. It is the courage to stumble and still hold your head high, to speak even when your voice shakes, to stand even when your knees tremble, because you are not waiting for permission to shine. You are the sun. You do not ask for light, you are the light. And let me tell you something about unshakable worth. It does not come from being the best. It does not come from being the prettiest, the smartest, the most accomplished. It comes from knowing deep in your bones that you are irreplaceable, that there has never been and will never be another you. Not in all of history, not in all of time. You are a once-in-a-creation masterpiece, and no one gets to tell you otherwise. So today I ask you, where have you been shrinking? Where have you let someone else's no become your maybe? Where have you traded your truth for silence? Stop it right now. Stand up in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, and take up space. Not tomorrow, today. Because the world does not change for women who whisper. It changes for women who roar. And darling, you were born with a roar inside you. Let it out. Continuous learning, grow your mind. Knowledge is power. The moment you stop learning is the moment the world starts passing you by. Think about that. Every day, life is unfolding. New ideas, new discoveries, new ways of thinking. And you have a choice. Do you reach out and grab it, or do you let it slip through your fingers? I'm here to tell you, stretch your hands wide and take it all in. Because your mind is not a closed room. It is an open sky, limitless, waiting to be filled with stars. Learning is not just about books and classrooms. It's about curiosity, the kind that burns in your chest like a small, stubborn flame. It's about asking why and how and what if, even when no one else is asking. It's about listening, really listening to people whose stories are different from yours, whose struggles and triumphs can teach you something you never knew about strength. Every conversation, every mistake, every moment of wonder is a lesson waiting to be learned. And let me tell you this, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is a cage. It keeps you small, keeps you afraid, keeps you trapped in the same old ways while the world moves forward without you. But knowledge is the key. It unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. It turns I can't into I will. It takes the fears that whisper you're not enough and drowns them out with watch me. You don't have to know everything today. You just have to be willing to learn something. Maybe it's a new word, a new skill, a new way of seeing an old problem. Maybe it's admitting you were wrong and letting that humbling moment teach you instead of break you. Growth doesn't demand perfection. It demands courage. The courage to say, I don't know, but I will find out. The courage to fail and try again. The courage to be a beginner, even when everyone else seems like an expert. Because here's the truth. The most powerful women in the world are not the ones who have all the answers. They are the ones who never stop asking questions. They are the ones who wake up each morning hungry, not just for food, but for understanding, for wisdom, for the kind of knowing that doesn't just sit in your head, but moves your hands, changes your life, reshapes the world around you. So what will you learn today? Will you read a book that challenges you? Will you listen to someone who sees the world differently? Will you try something that scares you just a little? Because every piece of knowledge you gather is a brick in the foundation of your freedom. It is the tool that will help you build the life you dream of. It is the light that will guide you when the path gets dark. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. The world is vast and so are you. Physical and mental health. Honor your body and spirit. Your body is not an ornament. It is the instrument of your dreams. Those hands, they build futures. Those legs, they carry you toward your destiny. That heart, it pumps courage through your veins with every beat. Yet how often do we treat this sacred vessel like an afterthought? We push it to exhaustion, feed it emptiness, whisper cruel words about its shape and size, as if it exists for anyone's judgment but our own. No more. Today we stop the war against ourselves. Today we begin treating our bodies like the temples they are, not because society demands it, but because your soul deserves a strong home. Health is not about punishment. It's about power. It's not about shrinking yourself to fit someone else's standards. It's about expanding your energy so you can show up fully for your life. When you nourish yourself with good food, you're not being good, you're being smart. You're stocking your personal engine with premium fuel so you can go farther, shine brighter, last longer. When you move your body, you're not burning off calories. You're celebrating what this miraculous machine can do. Every stretch, every stride, every drop of sweat is a love letter to your future self. And your mind, oh, your beautiful, brilliant mind, it needs just as much care. You wouldn't yell at a flower to grow faster. Why do you scream at your brain to heal instantly? Mental health isn't about constant happiness. It's about honest wholeness. Some days self-care looks like green juice and yoga. Other days it's crying in the shower, then ordering pizza. Both are sacred. Both are valid. The goal isn't perfection. It's showing up for yourself with the same compassion you so freely give others. Let's banish the lie that rest is laziness. The most powerful women understand. Downtime isn't wasted time. That afternoon nap, that's your nervous system rebooting. That quiet walk, that's your creativity recharging. Saying no to overcommitment isn't selfish, it's survival. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and the world needs all you have to give. Pay attention to what your body whispers so you don't have to hear it scream later. That headache, maybe it's dehydration, not just stress. That exhaustion, maybe it's your spirit begging for boundaries, not just a busy schedule. You are not a machine. You are a living, breathing miracle that requires tenderness. And when old habits whisper that you're not worth the effort, remember, every vegetable chopped, every water glass filled, every early night chosen is an act of rebellion against a world that profits from women feeling weak. Each healthy choice is a quiet revolution saying, I matter. My well-being matters. My future matters. This isn't about fitting into jeans from your 20s. It's about fitting into the vibrant, energetic life you deserve in your 50s, 60s, beyond. It's about playing with grandchildren without getting winded. It's about clear thoughts and steady hands when opportunity knocks. It's about looking in the mirror and recognizing the fierce, capable woman staring back. So start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. One healthy meal, one deep breath, one small step. The journey to honoring yourself begins with a single choice. And that choice can be today. Your body has carried you through every hard moment of your life. Isn't it time you carried it gently in return? The greatest gift you can give the world is a well cared for you. Now go. Treat yourself like the priceless treasure you are. There will be days that knock the wind out of you. Days when the weight of the world presses down so hard you feel it in your bones. When disappointment sits like a stone in your chest. When heartbreak makes every breath ache. When failure whispers cruel lies in your ear. And on those days, I need you to remember this. You are not the weight you carry. You are the arms that lift it. You are the legs that stand back up. You are the spirit that says, again. Emotional resilience isn't about never falling. It's about how you rise, how you gather the broken pieces of your heart and still find the courage to love, how you face rejection and still believe in your worth, how you stare into the darkness and still choose to be light. This is not about being unbreakable. It's about knowing that even when you break, especially when you break, you are still whole. Think of the strongest women you know, the ones who inspire you. Do you think they never cried, never doubted, never felt the sharp sting of defeat? Of course they did. But here's what they understood. Pain is not the end of your story. It's just a page. And you, my dear, are the author. You get to decide what comes next. Will you let the hurt define you, or will you let it refine you? Will you let it shrink you, or will you let it strengthen you? Resilience is built in the small, quiet moments. The deep breath you take before walking into a room that scares you. The tear you wipe away before stepping back into the fight. The way you whisper to yourself, "Not today," when fear tries to steal your voice. It's the stubborn refusal to let bitterness harden your heart, even when the world has given you every reason to close it off. And let me tell you something about tough days. They don't last. The storm will pass. The weight will lift. The light will return. But until it does, you must be your own shelter. Wrap yourself in the truth that you have survived every single day up to this one. You have a 100% success rate at making it through hard times. That is not luck. That is strength. That is power. That is the unshakable proof that you are built for this. So when the world feels heavy, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" Don't pray for an easier life. Pray to be a stronger woman. Because the trials you face aren't here to break you. They are here to remind you that you cannot be broken, not permanently, not forever. You may bend, but you will not stay bent. You may falter, but you will not fall. And one day you look back at the battles you thought would destroy you and realize they were the fires that forged you. The struggles that seemed like enemies were actually allies, shaping you into the unshakable force you were always meant to be. So keep going, keep rising, keep believing. The world needs women who know how to turn pain into power. Be one of them. Financial independence. Build your own table, not just a seat. Money is freedom. Let me say that again. Money is freedom. Not the paper bills themselves, but what they represent. Choices, security, a voice that cannot be silenced. For too long, women have been taught to tiptoe around finances, to act like it's impolite or unfeminine to want wealth. We've been conditioned to wait for raises. We don't demand for partners to handle budgets, for permission to dream bigger. No more. The time for waiting is over. The future belongs to women who understand their worth, not just in their hearts, but in their bank accounts. Financial independence isn't about luxury cars or designer bags. It's about power. It's about looking a toxic job in the eye and walking away because you've saved 6 months' expenses. It's about staying in a marriage or leaving one because you want to, not because you have to. It's about aging without fear, parenting without panic, creating without constraints. Every dollar you earn, save, and invest is another brick in the foundation of your freedom. But here's the hard truth. No one is coming to rescue you. Not Prince Charming, not the government, not some mythical inheritance. You must rescue yourself. And you can start where you are. That extra $20 a week, invest it. That raise you deserve, ask for it. That side hustle idea burning in your gut, start it tonight. Small steps become giant leaps over time. The women who build empires aren't magical. They're just persistent. They show up daily for their dreams, even when progress seems invisible. Let's shatter the myths holding us back. Money is complicated. Not when you commit to learning. I don't make enough to save. Start with $5. The amount matters less than the habit. Investing is risky. Not investing is riskier. It guarantees you'll outlive your savings. Your relationship with money reflects your relationship with yourself. Every time you undervalue your work, you undervalue you. Every time you avoid looking at your bank account, you're avoiding responsibility for your own life. Turn that fear into fuel. Track every dollar like it's a soldier in your army. Make your money work as hard as you do. And when doubt creeps in, when that voice whispers, "Who do you think you are?" Remember, women built businesses while raising babies during wars and depressions. Women turned $100 into million-dollar brands from kitchen tables. Your grandmothers survived with less. You will thrive with more. Their struggles weren't for you to repeat. They were for you to build upon. This isn't greed, it's self-respect. It's creating so much abundance that you can lift others with you. It's leaving your daughter a different legacy than you received. It's sleeping soundly knowing you're prepared for storms. Financial freedom is the ultimate feminist act, a declaration that you refuse to be dependent, vulnerable, or silenced. The road isn't easy, but you're not looking for easy, you're looking for empowered. So open that savings account today. Read one finance article, negotiate that bill. Your future self is watching, and she's begging you to begin. The table is being built, not by luck, not by chance, but by your own capable hands. Now pull up a chair, darling. Better yet, build your own damn table.